Spellbinder. Interesting situation going on there. Bert Prentice figures into that. The Teals coming up. Also, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tigers, back, scheduled to go in a match. In the expiration of time main event, we're going to have Coco Beware, Reggie B. Fine, and they're going to be going against the King, Jerry Lawler, and Brian Christopher.
I like it. I like it. You better believe it. We got plenty of it, and the only way to get it all in is to get to it right now. Back in just a moment. USWA Championship Wrestling. This ride is scheduled for one fall, 10 minutes in time. First introducing, at a combined weight of 450 pounds, from Lexington, Tennessee, Tracy Mooney. And his partner from Glen Allen, Virginia, Leon Down. Their opponent, combined weight, 457 pounds. First from Indianapolis, Indiana, Spike Huber. And his partner from the hood, Sir Whoopi D. One fall, 10 minutes in time. Kevin Christian is referee. Back to Lance Russell and Dave Brown. Okay, Corey, this is an interesting, and as we go along, we'll have a chance to talk about it. Oh, a little bit more. Referee Kevin Christian says, ring it. Spike Huber will be starting against Leon Down. We saw lanky Leon last week. Dave, this combination of Wolfie D and Spike Huber, boy, where did they come from? Well, the odd couple.
They weren't even a tag team. Wolfie D came back to the territory. Spike Huber looking for a partner in a match. They got together, and it worked all right. Next thing you know, they're in a tournament. They win the tournament, and as a result, they're the #1 contenders for the USWA Tag Team titles. They have come literally from nowhere in just days to being #1 contenders. And by the way, the Eliminators are not happy about it, the champions.
I think that's an interesting part of that story. Wolfie got Leon down for a 1 count. Snap there over the shoulder, drops with a fist. Now, one of the comments I was going to make about Spike and Wolfie, a lot of times you will see tag teams, they have similar physical characteristics. Mentally, they're the same. These guys are totally opposite, and I thought to myself, well, that's crazy. How are these guys getting along? But you know, when you look that Spike Huber brings that super strength, he brings that maturity and experience, and on the other side, Wolfie brings the speed. He brings to the pairing that kind of devil-may-care, youthful approach to things today. Maybe that's how they were able to come along and win that tournament, Dave.
I suppose so. You know, there are things that sometimes, you know, you have teams that win championships, and people say they were the team of destiny. It was just meant to be. Maybe there's something working there. Maybe there's some sort of chemistry between Wolfie D and Spike Huber so that they are just going to work as a tag team. They have certainly looked good the last few days.
Well, I'll guarantee you, when you get in tag team tournaments with the kind of competition they got in the USWA, you just don't all of a sudden come from nowhere with no reason. So there is definitely a reason these guys are working well together. And in their limited time, Wolfie D, Spike Huber are impressive enough. And a double hip toss on Tracy Mooney over and down. And look at Wolfie. That's what I'm talking about, that youthful devil-may-care. He's got to come over and get a shot at Leon Down. There's the atomic knee from Spike. And he's going to take him up in the air, belly to back. Slams the shoulders down, and Tracy Mooney is putty in the hands of Huber and Wolfie D. How about that fly? 1, 2, 3.
He got him. And once again, they win it. The Eliminators have not recognized Wolfie D and Spike Huber as the #1 contender.
Like they're running the whole situation.
But they say they're not going to wrestle him. Well, I don't know.
Sounds to me like there might be a little strife in there.
And from what we just saw, not much doubt but what Spike Huber and Wolfie D could give them quite a battle. They get the victory here today, and a good
victory very impressively. That's just the beginning. The Eliminators will be coming along right after we get back. Okay, we got plenty of action.
action coming up here today, and that big tag match a little bit later with Lawler and Bryan against Coco and Reggie B. Fine will be getting good. Bert Prentice, the best friend money can buy. I guess that you are a little surprised to see that we have a new #1 challenging team for Saturn and Cronus, the Eliminator.
What I am is the best friend a wrestling fan never had. These idiots stand out here in the hot sun for 3 hours wanting just to see me, if you can imagine. What are you doing out here, you senile old goat?
I'm out here because I'm tired of you trying to run things around here. You say that your team definitely will not wrestle
Mike Huber
That's right.
and Wolfie D. Let me tell you something. You issued a memorandum yesterday naming Spike Huber and Wolfie D the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team Championship. They're not a tag team. Neither one of them can wrestle themselves out of a paper bag, and you're going to call them the #1 contenders? Have you totally lost your mind?
No, but let me ask you, like I say, I'm tired of you running everything. What about the Spiders? It seems like you're scared to wrestle Huber and Whoopi D. What about the Spiders?
Eddie, we're not afraid to wrestle Huber and that degenerate Wolfie D.
Hey, wait,
they should earn a spot. They should earn a spot.
did.
We're not gonna, but it's not because we're afraid. The bottom line is, you want to bring up the Spiders. The last time I heard, they're down at the Greyhound bus depot trying to gather enough money to go home. The Spiders were the worst tag team in the world that I've ever managed.
Well, wait a minute. All right, will you be willing to put your belts on the line against the Spiders this week?
The Spiders?
That's right.
The Spiders are horrible. Without me, they're double horrible. I mean, that's the Spiders?
You heard that.
Wait a minute. They lost the loser league. They can't be here.
I will waive that. I want you to be in a title match. If you agree to put your belts on the line against the Spiders.
The Spiders. No, Spiders. Okay, this week, the Spiders.
Lance, you heard the Spiders.
Yes.
And what a night off.
That's a done deal, right?
Done deal.
Done deal.
Okay, and
Wait a minute. By the way, you got a match here today.
Right now?
My Spiders are back in the back. Why don't you have the match with the Spiders and just get a feel of what they're really like?
It would be our pleasure. Come on, boy.
it's a non-title, huh? It's a non-title bout, right, Eddie?
Title match. Tell the Spiders, come on out.
Okay, well, we'll get the Spiders out here. Then Eddie has waived the loser leave town stipulation, and you'll remember that they did have quite a bout with these guys.
This is my Spiders.
Oh, this is Eddie's Spiders coming.
Excuse me, Eddie Marlin, get back out here. I will not tolerate this. These are not Spiders. These are two goose. You know who it is. Spike Huber, Wolfie D. These are not the Spiders. I will not tolerate this. You will not humiliate me.
Does this mean afraid to get in the ring? Is that what it is? Afraid to get
Afraid. This is a sham.
Wait, Eddie said my Spiders. That's what he said. And you said, oh, yeah, we'll defend the titles against them.
What this means is I am the smartest man in professional wrestling, and Eddie Marlowe, you will not out-trick me. You want us to wrestle your Spiders? We're going to kill your Spiders. Kill them.
Oh, there they go, heading to the ring. The USWA Tag Champs, the Eliminators jumping in, and look, right away, the Spiders, who look exactly like Spike Huber and Wolfie D, starting to work with a drop kick Saturn thrown back by Wolfie.
Wolfie D, yeah, well, I guess we can say Wolfie D, and says so on his wrestling shorts. Eddie Marlin's Spiders. Of course, Eddie, as a promoter, is trying to get the best match possible here. He sees the team that becomes the #1 contenders, and he wants to see him go against the champions. Bert Prentice and the Eliminators trying to run the show, and Eddie just outsmarted Bert Prentice, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that it's about time, too, because what this guy has done here in the last few weeks, he deserves to have it, turning on the fans and all that. Whoa, over the top. There goes Cronus hitting the floor after a drop kick from one of Eddie Marlin's Spiders. And the way this guy pressed Saturn up in the air, there is no... Look at this! Wow. Right over the top rope, out on the floor, and Cronus takes the brunt of it. as Bert Prentice saying, nope, you're not getting back in there with him. Wait a minute, you're not afraid of him. Hop right back in the ring with him, and let's go on with the action.
Bert's ushering him out.
Yeah.
Bert's ushering them to the door.
Now the masks are off, and obviously, as we knew, Wolfie D and Spike Huber were under those masks. I kind of love it when somebody sticks it to Bert Prentice like that, as he did in that situation.
He did indeed. The referee has counted him out, and that is going to be it. It's going to be a victory for Spike Huber and Wolfie D. That's obviously who it is. They got a victory, but it's not a title match.
No wonder they don't want to get in there with the titles on the line. We got more action coming up, and we'll be back to you in a moment. I love that.
I want to take a look at USWA Championship Wrestling on Tour beginning tonight. Big night tonight. Mark Tree, Arkansas there at the Mark Tree High School. Revenge rematch there. The King, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, also the Gilberts, the Dream Machine, a big Texas death match. It's all tonight. Mark Tree, Arkansas High School Gymnasium. 8 p.m. is the bell time. Fans, you want to be down there for all of the action tonight in Mark Tree, Arkansas. Wrestling coming up Friday night, June 17th, Covington, Tennessee. National Guard Armory there in Covington. Jerry the King Lawler on that card. The Dream Machine, Troy Graham, Brian Christopher, the Eliminator, Eddie Gilbert, all in Covington, Tennessee. Friday, June 17th, Friday night, 7:30 bell time. National Guard Armory there. Friday, June 24th, 7:30 p.m., Batesville, Mississippi, South Panola High School. Jerry the King Lawler will be in Batesville. Also the Missouri Tigers, Jeff Gaylord, Spellbinder, Brian Christopher there, Dream Machine, Sir Wolfie D, Doug Gilbert, all in Batesville, Mississippi. Friday, June 24th, 7:30 at South Panola High School there. Saturday, June 25th, wrestling back in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Always a big card down in Jonesboro. Earl Bell Community Center on Church Street. USWA Top Stars in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And coming soon, USWA Championship Wrestling in Kennett, Missouri, Dyersburg, Tennessee. And also you can get those advanced tickets in Dyersburg at Video World East. Wrestling's going to be at Dyersburg at the Armory. And coming soon to Moscow, Tennessee. That's USWA Championship Wrestling on tour. Nothing like being there seeing it live. That way you can see these guys, the King and Brian Christopher.
That's right, Corey. Want to talk about a couple of things right here. Before we talk about Mark Tree and all of these towns we're going to be in all around the area, let me tell you something. Do you realize it has been 6 years since we started the first annual King Lawler Softball Classic? This coming weekend, next week, is the 6th annual Jerry Lawler Worth Softball Classic. It's going to be out at the Kennedy Ball Fields, and I want to invite any teams out there that think they are up to the competition to enter this big softball tournament next week. I have a telephone number, I think here somewhere, of Mr. Well, maybe we don't have the telephone number. We're going to get Lance and Dave to give that to him just a little bit later on in the show. So get yourself a pencil and piece of paper if you want to enter that competition. It's going to be tough. But speaking of competition, Brian, it's coming up. It's going to be in, of course, Jonesboro. We're going to be in Batesville. We're going to be in Covington. We're going to be all around Memphis. But tonight, very, very special night. Tonight, we're going to be once again back up in Mark Tree, Arkansas. Do you realize this is going to be the 3rd straight week? And it's unprecedented because, you see, we can't seem to get things settled in Mark Tree. But tonight, we are going to be there, and once and for all, we're going to get them settled. We're going to bring the USWA TV cameras up there tonight because we want everybody to know what is going on there. And Dream Machine and Doug Gilbert, we got some surprises in store. It's going to get real hot in Mark Tree tonight, if you know what I mean. Is that right, Brian? Whoa, man, I love Mark Tree. I love Mark Tree and Mark Tree, Arkansas. Mark Tree is going to be the place to be tonight. And I'm going to be there with my eyes wide open looking for you, Dream Machine, because you've done stolen my belt, and I know you're going to be in Mark Tree, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to get my hands on you, and it's going to be a long, long night you will not soon forget. So everybody, come on down to Mark Tree and watch the Dream Machine and Doug Gilbert get a good, old-fashioned Arkansas butt kicking. Yeah. You know what Brian Christopher's been telling me? For months now, he's been telling me, King, it's time to get mean and nasty. And you're looking at the new Mean and Nasty right here, boy. Oh, boy, Mean and Nasty. The King, Jerry Lawler, too sexy, Brian Christopher.
Well, they're going to be around the USWA beginning tonight. March 3, Arkansas fans, you want to be right there for USWA Wrestling. More still to come right here. Stay tuned for USWA Wrestling.
Boy, I had wrestling fans calling me this week saying you won't believe what happened down at the Mid-South Coliseum in this match we're going to show them.
I believe it now.
Yes,
Boy,
indeed.
I'll tell you one thing, and if you don't believe it, you take a look at it. Bert Prentice, of course, is involved.
The challengers, Gaylord and Spellbinder, giving the Eliminators a run for their money here tonight. Here's Prentice over. Torrin to the Spellbinder. I don't know what he's telling him, but he is talking to the Spellbinder over here. Bert Prentice with some work for Spellbinder while Gaylord, his partner, is in there. Whoa! Goes to drop down on Gaylord and misses. And Jeff goes to tag the Spellbinder. And Spellbinder turns around a corner like he's looking for something. I don't know what. Gaylord trying to attack twice now. His partner Spellbinder throws on Saturn, and for the third time he goes over. Spellbinder pulls his right hand behind his back there. Doesn't attack Gaylord. I don't know what the Spellbinder's doing over there. And Gaylord comes out of the corner looking for his partner one more time. Spellbinder up the cup. Gaylord flips him, and the Spellbinder nails Gaylord. Saturn covers with his feet on the rope. Had both feet on the middle rope there, and got the 1, 2, 3. Oh, boy. And Prentice, obviously, has put something into the Spellbinder. Spellbinder kicks up DDT's Gaylord. Reveals the attack, Gaylord. 3 or 4 times. DDT's him again. Boy, this Spellbinder has gone crazy here tonight, fans. The Eliminators cheering him on, so is Prentice leading the cheer. Prentice holding back your referee, Kevin Christian. We'll try to get some help out here for the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord. Prentice holding up the hand of the Spellbinder and the Eliminator.
Well, let's get Bert Prentice out here, the man who was paid off by the Eliminators to turn on his team, the Spiders, and obviously is spreading some of that money around, having Spellbinder turn on Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, in a match. Oh, give him that innocent look like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Are you done talking? You know, you try to dominate this show. You know, Lance Russell comes out, the top class in wrestling, and you just try to just cover him up.
You want to address the issue here?
Yeah, I do, Connor. You know, we had this match, great match, and I'm screaming, you know, Jeff Gaylord would not tag the Spellbinder. He wants to be a glory hog. He wants to be a star to all these hairy-legged little women out here that follow him around from town to town. This is professional wrestling, and the Spellbinder is loyal to no one but me. And he's seen in that match real quick, Jeff Gaylord, you never wanted to tag, you never wanted to tag, you never wanted to tag. You wanted to be the star. Well, this is the star. This is the making of a true star. And we're going to start today, ladies and gentlemen, the new Spellbinder. Bert Prentice presents the new Spellbinder. We're going to be breaking some necks. We're going to be breaking some backs. And we're going to be breaking some arms. And we're going to start today with Colorado, whatever. And Jeff Gaylord, we're looking for you. And Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, if I were you, I wouldn't be sleeping too good these days either. Because when I get this monster ready, nothing is going to stand in our way to go straight to the World Championship.
Well, we'll find out. Spellbinder heads for the ring. Yeah, another thing I bet you better watch, because another thing they're going to be breaking is rules. Here's Corey Macklin.
This bout is scheduled for 1 fall, 10 minutes in time. First introducing from Boulder, Colorado, at a weight of 230 pounds, here is the Colorado Kid. His opponent weighing in at 270 pounds. Led to the ring by manager Bert Prentice. Here is the new Spellbinder. 1 fall, 10 minutes in time. Back to Lance and Dave.
Okay, we're ready for what ought to be a good-looking match here with two very young physical wrestlers been impressed with this Colorado kid. He's new, short on the experience, but boy, he looks good, Dave.
Yes, he does. He came out of Colorado. He's proud of it, proud to represent that state. And he's looked pretty good in the USWA. We've seen him in several matches. His one-loss record, I'm sure he's not satisfied with. Oh, my goodness. Spellbinder, that was a good move as he used Colorado Kid's momentum and power slammed him down to the mat.
A little disappointed in the Spellbinder. He's the kind of guy that you thought, well, this fella has got all of the mechanical tools in the world. What a physical specimen he is. And he just flat let Bert Prentice get to him. As Prentice has a way of doing, he doesn't mind spreading money to get his way. Look at the Colorado kid.
Stop the match! Stop the match! Referee!
Get out of here, Bert. No, what do you mean stop the match? The match is underway, and
are you conceding the match to Colorado Kid? Is that what you're saying?
Colorado Kid, you come over here. I want to talk to you. Come here.
wait a minute, Bert. We got a match going in the ring.
Colorado Kid, come here.
The referee just told him, hey, you don't have to come over here if you don't want to. Watch him. Watch Prentice.
You shut up. I am impressed. I am really impressed. You were great. I want you. I want you as part of my family. I see some potential here. Look at this. What a body. You got some potential here. Dave, I've stumbled on a star, a diamond in the rough. You come with me, I guarantee you, I can handpick your opponent. You'll be USWA champion. I promise you. You know, you've never won a TV match. Starting today, I can make sure you win TV matches. Let me guide you. Let me lead you. I'd never lie to you. You'll make more money than you ever dreamed of. I never told a lie. I promise you. Let me manage you. I can manage this kid. I can make you a star. I can get you out of this mess. You're going to take a beating by this man today. I'll get you out of it. You give me the word. Sign with me. You're going to sign with me.
Remember, with Prentice, there's often more than meets the eye.
My offer to you.
Thanks? Well, no thanks.
What do you mean, no thanks? I don't want it. Nobody turns me down.
Oh, come on. Hey! Get him off of there, Kevin. Good night.
What's he got? He's got something over his mouth.
Colorado Kid being held down by the Spellbinder as he put it right on. Oh, look.
He's out here with makeup, lipstick, and
boy, you are marvelous. That's all I got to say. Hey, it's not our place to take care of you, but I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, nobody turns me down.
Nobody turns me down. Nobody. Get a good shot.
Thank you. Eddie Marlin comes out here to get rid of that cranky. Well, Colorado Kid subdued by the Spellbinder when he turned Bert Prentice down and would not accept his gracious offer to take over his management and handle his career. And
chloroform or something he had on that cloth and had him down there. Just, I don't guess we should be surprised at such a absolutely disgusting display from.
Absolutely not. We're going to take time out. We've got more of it for you here. I tell you, Prentice is getting on your nerves.
Well, I tell you what, we have had quite a day already here today, and it's been quite a week in the USWA with some of the matches that have occurred.
I have one complaint already on today's program, and that is too much Bert Prentice.
Absolutely, I echo that.
You can flat get too much Bert Prentice in a hurry. But you're right. It has been an interesting day today already, but the videotape that we have, we're going to have an opportunity to let everybody see what happened in the Brian Christopher Dream Machine match. This was a bout that indeed ended up in a way that I think surprised a lot of people and provided us with a brand new USWA heavyweight champion. But how did all of that come about? Well, you're going to see it on videotape. It's still stands. The Dream Machine currently has the USWA heavyweight title, and he got it from Brian Christopher. Now, you know, you'll have some debates, as we do in our mind, after you get through looking at the videotape. Take a look at this.
Goes after the Dream Machine. Big kick from Christopher. Doug Gilbert jumps on the ring apron. Tossing something to the Dream Machine. Meanwhile, he had Brian Christopher's attendant, and Brian turns around. He is busted by a Dream Machine with something. He holds the tights of Christopher, and that's a three count. Oh, that is ridiculous there. That is let me tell you. And the Dream Machine is the new USWA heavyweight champion. You're on the bar, and the new USWA heavyweight champion, the Dream Machine. The Dream Machine. You're on the bar. Oh, Christopher. Get up! Man, he's going after the Dream Machine. Going around. Here comes Doug Gilbert back to that. Man, he waylays Christopher. Scott Barrett has got the leg of the referee over here. Barrett holding him away from all the action. Well, Dream Machine and Doug Gilbert double team Christopher. Ah, boy. For the USWA title, Gilbert needing Chief Christopher out of that big gold belt in there. Dream Machine climbs the ropes up on another rope. He comes down on Christopher. He howls out to try to stop it. Ah, it falls up on poor Randy. Oh, my goodness. Here comes him. Here's the King. Whoa, it's fire. Oh, he like bumped up. And the King. Sorry, all that clearing out through there. Man. He like bumped up and Bond was dead and all took off. Oh, he left that wheelchair. He's gone.
Even with interference and everything else, it still stands. The Dream Machine is the new USWA champion. And seeing Dream jumping on Randy Hales, who is trying to get things, reminded we both want to say hi to Randy and hope that he's feeling better.
Yeah,
He's
get
down
well
under
soon.
the weather.
Yeah.
Yes, please do that. That wasn't all of the activity for that particular occasion. There was a match involving the King and Bam Bam Bigelow. That turned into a real ball.
Take him up and over the ring. Bam Bam backs it at the King up in the corner. Whips him out of there hard. Oh, boy. What a hard whip into the turnbuckle by Bam Bam Bigelow. Lower shot back by Bam Bam Bigelow. Look out, Bam Bam Bigelow! The strap comes down from Cheryl Lawler. Left hand, right hand, another right from Lawler. Oh, Bigelow slows him down, backs him up with Lawler into the rope. He goes under, comes back swinging. Big right hand, what a right. Big hand from the King. Bigelow's out in the middle of the ring. There's Lawler. Comes down to Bigelow. Here's Doug Gilbert and the Dream Machine. And 13 minutes, 38 seconds, Dream Machine, tight round. And dangerous Doug Gilbert show up and jump on the King as he was making a comeback on Bigelow. And this unified world thought about
measure of satisfaction there, but not totally. And I guess Jerry Lawler's greatest satisfaction was probably in the first videotape we saw where he threw fire at Scott Bowden as he was sitting over there at ringside.
He got Scott hot, certainly, in more ways than one, and it was some satisfaction. It was satisfaction to me to know that Bam Bam Bigelow was laying on the mat, shoulders down, getting ready to hear a 1, 2, 3 when Doug Gilbert comes pounding out there. And you can believe that Gilbert and the Dream Machine have not successfully completed their stay with Mr. Lawler, because he does not forget things like that, and neither does Brian Christopher. We have big action coming up down at the Coliseum. Talking about Monday night down there. Bell time will be 7:30, I am sure, and we'll be off and running on what is going to be a very jam-packed, exciting card.
Hey, Colorado Kid and Eddie Marlin.
Something before we do that, yeah. The Colorado Kid who went through that embarrassing experience with Bert Prentice. Sorry about that out here, young man.
Well, Bert thinks he can come out here and embarrass me. I've already asked Mr. Eddie if I can get my hands on him somewhere, someplace. Eddie said he's already signed the match. He's already talked to Bert.
Dave, the Colorado Kid came up to me just immediately after he found out and looked in the mirror what happened. He said, I knew I was going to have to take my bumps and grinds in the wrestling business, but nothing like this is embarrassing. It's personal. It's not just a wrestling match.
I agree with that.
And he said, I'd like to have a match with Bert Prentice. So right away, I agreed with him. I went and asked Bert Prentice, and Bert sort of laughed and said, sure, I'll wrestle him anywhere, anytime. So I called upstairs as soon as I could. The match has been added. They know about it upstairs. It'll be on your Vidifont. It'll be the Colorado Kid against Bert Prentice.
Okay, I see. All right, so it's going to be added in there on the card.
Added right on the card.
Hey, listen, one thing I want to tell you. We're impressed with you. I think you got great potential. Look out. This Bert Prentice has got something up his sleeves, too, if he's going to accept the match.
Bert told Mr. Eddie that it'd be just me and him, so whenever it comes down to it, when I get my hands on him...
Eddie, you better have a little talk with her. Good luck to you in there. I think that's well... Yeah. What that is a little naive. Yeah. But anyhow, it has been added to the card. Okay, Dave.
Well, just at the appropriate time, just show us that one, and we'll go from there. Let's talk about it. 7:30, Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, opening match. Anthony Michaels will be going against the Hornet. Then you got Tony Falk. Tony Falk, you wrestling fans know him. He's back. He's going to be going against Tony Williams in a single match. Then the ladies are going to be in town. Debbie Combs, the ladies champion, will be defending her title against Lady Satan. Debbie Combs has successfully defended her title here in the not-too-distant future for the USWA ladies title, and she'll be back to defend it here Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Then we've got, this is the match that Eddie has just made official here, Lance, and this one is going to be very, very interesting. If we can get Bert Prentice in there and maybe lock gates and doors and keep everybody back in the dressing room and have him go against the Colorado Kid is looking to extract some measure from what embarrassing and slapping the makeup on his face out.
I would see it. That's exactly what happened. And Bert, we'd like to see you get a little payback for that, my friend. Following that one is going to be an interesting match. You've got two guys that have got plenty of experience going against each other. Coco Beware will be facing rough and tumble Don Bass. That ought to be a scramble.
Two tough veterans there who've wrestled all the way around the world. That one should be very, very interesting. Revenge match coming up then. You got the Spellbinder, the new Spellbinder, Prentice says to call him, the new Spellbinder against Jeff Gaylord. And again, if you missed it, they were partners a week ago, and Spellbinder turned on Gaylord, and we believe that Prentice paid him off.
I think there's the visual right here is very, very appropriate. The Spellbinder looked two-faced, and he certainly acted that way when it came to Jeff Gaylord in there, saying Gaylord wouldn't tag him and all that stuff. Then will come a USWA World Tag Championship match where the Eliminators, the current champions, will be going against Eddie Marlin's fighters, Spike Huber and Wolfie D, who won a tag tournament in order to be declared the #1 challengers. And we saw right here today that Huber and Wolfie D, unusual pairing, but son of a gun, they got something going for them, David.
1 week ago, if you'd said this was a match, I said, okay, put the W over in the eliminators column because, you know, Wolfie D, yeah, we've seen you wrestle. You're good. Spike Huber, you're strong, but you guys have never worked together as a tag team, and you're going against the champions. However, after this week, after the tournament, after all that's happened, don't anybody count Spike Huber and Wolfie D out of this one. We could have new USWA World Tag Champions at the end of the Monday night match.
Most interesting situation, and we'll see it. Love the main event down at the Coliseum on Monday. And let me remind you again, if you don't have your tickets, get them today. Get them down there on Monday in advance because I think you're going to want to be there. I'm sure going to be there early enough and be there to watch every bit of it as you are going to see Jerry the King Lawler, Brian Christopher in a Texas Tornado death match going against Doug Gilbert and the Dream Machine. Now, here are a couple of guys that have stuck their nose in, as we saw earlier on the videotape. Let's handle it in what better way where falls don't count. You just keep going until someone can't go.
Here they come, right here. Well, it's... Oh, look.
How come I can't have Lance out here? You know, I did just exactly what I said I was going to do, David Brown. I am the USWA heavyweight champion, Brian Christopher. I don't know what you're out here so happy about because you are now gutless, you are beltless, but, you know, the main thing, Lawler tried, well, he did. Look at this guy. Now, he is burnt beyond recognition, but...
Well, I recognize him. It's Scott Bowden is who it is.
I don't recognize him, but what I'm trying to say is now, I am the Royal Hunter. I am the new king of the USWA. And, you know, I am so sick to my stomach of all of these rednecks blowing their whiskey-smelling breath and shaking their nicotine fingers in my face. I'm sick of that because, you know, every week I come out here and they bow down to Lawler, you know, and they do some kind of ritual prayer. It's like he is the king, David.
He is the king.
Well, he's not the king no more. I'm the new king. I mean, Brian, you was first and then Lawler. But can you get a close-up shot of this redneck that keeps hollering Jerry Lawler over here? You know what I like to do? I like to break his little pencil retarded arm. That's what I would like to do.
Come on.
Well, no, I don't have to come on. I want to break his arm. But you see, Lawler, it don't matter. You burnt this guy right here. He's scarred for life, David.
Look at me, Dave Brown. Look at me, Dave Brown. I got plastic surgeons nationwide looking at photos of me, seeing what they can do.
Don't get upset.
But I promise, after Monday night, they won't be able to recognize Lawler. All the plastic surgery in the world will not be able to save you after Monday night, Lawler, after what this man's got in store.
You're going to be in the corner of the Dream Machine and Doug Gilbert, I understand.
That's exactly right. Lawler had to sneak up on a cripple. Here I was with my hurt leg, tried to take my eyesight from me, too. I would have been as worthless as Corey Macklin if he had succeeded. Do you realize that, Dave Brown?
Texas Tornado Deathmatch, Falls Count, anywhere blood gonna flow like wine. Lawler, I've got you just now where I want you, Brian. Your history, baby. It's over for you. Texas Tornado Deathmatch, Dirty Doug. I got the man right here. What are we gonna do, baby? It's gonna be bones breaking and blood flowing, if you understand what I'm saying. Listen to me, Dave Brown. Look right over here. Every single person I look at looks like a retard. Every single person I look at looks like a confused, bumbling idiot. But let me tell you one thing, Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher, it's been a real long time coming, and this will be the end. This will be the final scene. The famous final scene will be this week, Texas Tornado Deathmatch. It's all over, boys.
Well, it may be all over. Let me just say it's going to be the Dream Machine, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, Scott Bowden in the corner.
I'm the champion.
You are the champion. You're the champion, but let me just also say this. There's a lot of difference in sneaking up behind them and having to stand there face to face against Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher, and that's what they have to do. We'll be back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Stay at June.
Got the King should be headed this way.
We do, in
soon.
fact. And listen, on his way out here, before we get to it, I want to tell you what a great job you guys all did at Channel 5 covering that weather.
Thank you.
That new equipment you all have.
It's great. It really is.
Knocks me out. I love it. And I hope you don't get too much chance to use it like you do. Here he comes, the King, and Brian Christopher, who will be engaged in a Texas Tornado death match where falls don't count and you just keep going till somebody can't go.
That's the only way for it to happen, isn't it, Lance?
That's the way it ought to end.
Now, we heard the Dream Machine and Doug Gilbert and Scott Bowden all come out here and run their mouths. You know, Dream Machine, the only problem with you is every time you open your mouth, words come out. But you don't seem to make much sense. You make a lot of noise, but not much sense. Now, you come out here and you insult all of these people over here, and you tell them that they should bow down to you. I want to ask everybody one question right here. Get the camera on them if you can for 1 second. Who is the king? Who is the king? Take care of that. That Dream Machine. You think that these people are going to bow down to you and Doug Gilbert? You got another thing coming. We got something in store for you guys Monday night. And like the old saying goes, that Ajax ain't going to take off. Texas Deathmatch, Lance. Texas Deathmatch, boys. It don't matter if you get 10, 1, 2, 3. Big deal. You keep on going. You have a little rest period, but you keep on going. You can't get disqualified. Brian Christopher can pull out that big log and chain. I can reach down and come out with the world's biggest fireball, but the referee can't disqualify us. You can't stop the match. Somebody can be bleeding head to toe. He ain't going to stop it. The only way this ends is when somebody simply can't answer the bell. You go until you can't go no more. So Dream Machine, Doug Gilbert, you're looking at two guys right here that can go. And Monday night, we're going to go. You're going to think we're the Energizer Bunny because we're going to keep going and going and going. And you guys, you two jerks, are the ones that are going to be left laying flat on their stinking back, right? And that's when we'll be standing over you, laughing in your face, baby.
I know, Brian, you want to get your belt back, but a little revenge before that, and this is the way to do it.
Mean and nasty, mean and nasty. I'm mean, he's nasty. You're going to find it out Monday night.
Texas Tornado death, what about? That one is going to be. Let's go to the ring for the action, and Corey Macklin.
We are ready to go with action now. This one is the main event of the day on USWA Championship Wrestling. To the expiration of our time, making their way to the ring area at a combined weight of 495 pounds, judges from every woman's dream, Reggie B. Fine, and his partner from the great state of Tennessee, the Birdman, Coco Beware. Their opponent at a combined weight of 458 pounds. Here is Mean and Nasty, Brian Christopher, and Gary the King Lawler. Mean and Nasty, this is the one-ball expiration of our time. Back to Lance.
What is Scott Bowden doing out here?
Exactly right, Lester. So I'm going to be in the corner of any man that goes against, what is Mean and Nasty? Look like Dumb and Dumber up there to me. Or well, Brian Christopher is pretty nasty, though. I'll tell you that. Too sleazy, Brian Christopher. Let me tell you, I don't care who it is. I'm going to be in the corner of whoever takes on Lawler and Christopher from here on out.
I didn't get a chance, Scott, to tell you earlier, I like your new look. I mean, I think a vast improvement in there. We're ready for it. Let's go to the ring, get some action going as soon as we get him outside here. Reggie B.
Reggie's happy. He said, hey, I finally got me a real partner now. He's in there with Coco Beware, no doubt about it.
I'll tell you one thing, Reggie, you got some real opponents, too. You're going to find that out as referee Kevin Christian is over talking to the team of Lawler and Brian Christopher. I think they both want to start against these guys, but they can't two of them be in there. Coco looks like he'll be the starter on this side.
Probably some explanation, too. I wonder if they're questioning the presence of Scott Bowden at ringside.
Very good point, yeah. Lawler. I'm not sure that Lawler wants him to go. I think he wants him to stick around so he can knuckle him a little right there on that sore face.
I think I'm paraphrasing Lawler a little bit, but he said something like, Scott, I hope that mask is flame retardant.
Oh, I see. Okay, the bell sounds. Brian Christopher. Coco beware. Starting out. Coco, there's another one that's been around the world several times. Got that experience. We were talking about athletes. Here's a guy that's a pure athlete also. Whoa! He was a little far behind. Brian Christopher putting it to him as he prances backward as Coco missed him by at least 4 inches on the swing. Just wasn't quick enough.
Boy, if he had hit him, he could have done some damage there, though. Brian Christopher got out of the way. Almost said he was fortunate to get out of the way. He wasn't fortunate, he was good. He got out of the way, and he tagged Coco with a big right hand. Coco over to the corner to tag Reggie, and Reggie's going, well, I'm not sure I'm quite ready. Coco. He reluctantly takes the tag. Reggie B. Fine, not too thrilled to be stepping in after Brian Christopher just smacked Coco with a right hand.
I think that Reggie thought that you got to vote on the tag every time. No, Reggie. When your partner says, here, take the tag, then that's when you take the tag. Speaking of tagging, I mean, there was a stamp of approval from Brian Christopher. You like it, Scott Bowden?
Has there been a wrestling move yesterday? But the show is wrestling, not boxing. What is this, Lance Russell? Is this Tuesday Night Fight? Has there been a wrestling move yet?
The name of the show is Entertainment, brother, and it's entertaining to see Brian Christopher nail Reggie B with that right.
And who threw the first 2 punches? Neither of them connected, but it was Coco who threw both the first 2 punches. That's what got this round going, if you want to call it a boxing match.
Scott wasn't complaining when that happened either, Dave. He was perfectly happy, except he would have liked to have seen him connect. Christopher, Reggie B. Fine. Winding the arms up, makes the tag on the king, and here he comes.
Boom! Reggie B. Fine. You know, I think Reggie was looking for a tag in the wrong corner. He is looking in the wrong corner now, neutral corner.
Anybody in the front row will do. He
just wants out of there. He almost tagged Lawler, so Lawler stepped through the ropes and tagged him instead. Got him with that right hand. Now, it's time to talk. Reggie says, hey, how am I doing, Coco? And Coco says, okay, I guess.
You're looking great, Reggie. Just stay right in there. Soften him up. I'll come in and finish him off. And collar and elbow. It's Reggie B. Turns Lawler around back into the turnbuckles. Whips a shot to the midsection and then whips Lawler across the ring. Ha-ha. Oh, you didn't fall for that, but you did fall after that one.
Reggie congratulated himself just a second or two early, just before Lawler popped it.
Scott, you need to have a little better input with your guys up there.
I tell you what, if I was still refereeing, I would have long disqualified Lawler Christian. This is ridiculous. Am I going to have to get in there and straighten out Kevin Christian next? Is he the next one?
Hey, why don't you do that? You just jump right in there and straighten Kevin Christian and Lawler out. That would be fine. We'd sit here and enjoy that. Coco beware. Taking the tag as Reggie is over here shaking his head saying, woe is me.
Yeah, he's holding that head too. Probably a little bit sore. Coco, meanwhile, just waiting, as is the king. Here they go, about to tie it up in the center of the ring. Not sure what happened there, but there you go. Back. Lawler backs near the corner. Look out, Reggie's back there, not too far away. Scott Bowden is there, too. Grabs Lawler from behind. Bowden up on the ring apron. He's not supposed to be there. And the referee is telling him, get down there. Now, Lawler turns around and says, hey, stay out of the way. Oh, boy. Coco got him.
Rips him with a right hand, does Coco on Lawler. And Scott Bowden, nailed by Coco Beware, put him right back down on the floor. And that was the best punch Jerry Lawler never threw right there.
I tell you,
Coco really popped him, Dave.
that's why he's the king, because he's so far ahead of his opponent when he's thinking. He set him up. He set Bowden up. And then Coco says, I told you to hold it. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Referee Kevin Christian kind of looking with, I think, a little amusement himself in there as Scott Bowden, former referee, took that shot from Coco Beware. A dandy tag to Brian Christopher. And a ringing right hand on Coco. Whoa. Stunned him with that one. He goes down to one knee and drapes him over the rope. And slides outside the ring and rips the right hand on Coco.
Once again, there's some misdirection from the team of Mean and Nasty, they call themselves. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness.
Great move.
Yeah.
Even though you hate to, you got to give the devil a due, and there it is.
Boy, Reggie B. Fine.
Give the devil a due.
Reggie B. Fine wasting no time and seizing that opportunity. He's got Christopher up in the air for the slam.
There's a cover by Reggie B. and Coco Beware. A little irritated. He was set up on the turnbuckles, and he wanted Reggie to get out of the way so he could splash him. And Reggie went down for the cover. Coco figured he wasn't ready, and he wanted to add that splash, but Reggie stole his thunder, and Coco's a little irritated about it. Holding down on Brian Christopher across that top rope. Reggie ringing a left hand right in that midsection. And his head on the turnbuckle. Coco saying, hey, look, I'm going to set this guy up. I'll hold him. You come powering down and nail him. Scott Bowden drops with both hands and puts Brian Christopher on the deck. Here comes the king after Bowden.
He's seen enough. The referee trying to hold him to tell him to get back in the corner. Meanwhile, Reggie working on Brian. Scott Bowden running around the ring. It's a double team on Brian Christopher. And Coco Beware smacks him coming off the rope. Christopher can't get back on his feet. Now he struggles back to his feet as Lawler gets to the corner. He's trying to say to the referee, what is going on here? Look out, pile driver. Oh, my goodness, from Coco Beware. Brian Christopher. Smash into the mat. The tag made, and here comes Reggie B. Fine now.
Coco had him set up for the pile driver, and just to add a little more to it, Reggie went over and spiked him as they both went down with that pile driver, and Christopher pokes out. What amazing strength comes out of youth, and he goes between the legs, too. The king, and here comes Lawler. The strip comes down. We've got them all in there as Lawler is pounding on Reggie B. Brian Christopher going after Coco, and everybody but Scott Bowden is in the ring, whipping them out of the corner, slamming together right in the middle of the railroad tracks.
And Lawler and Christopher have the upper hand. Coco nails Lawler from behind now. He holds him up. Look out, Reggie B. Fine coming at him. Oh, this time, Lawler ducks, and Reggie hits the referee. Kevin Christian is down in the ring. Lawler trying to help him up, and he's trying to tell him, hey, you need to disqualify Reggie for hitting you like that. You touch a referee, he's gonna do it. He stops it. That's a DQ. And Lawler and Christopher celebrate as they leave. They have just defeated Coco Beware and Reggie B. Fine. Reggie made a critical mistake right there, about his third one in the match.
And now Coco is saying, hey, come on, man, I had him set up. And you missed the big fire and clothesline. You hit the referee and get us disqualified. As Reggie B. and Coco, Reggie, he's arguing back with Coco or else making some explanation. Coco's saying, hey, all I can do is have him set up and you missed him and go into the referee like that. And the referee did disqualify the team of Coco. But listen to the crowd. They're kind of egging Coco on there. You don't have to take that from Reggie B. Fine. Scott
There's maybe the worst mistake Reggie's made all day right there as he shoves Coco back.
That's what happens when you shove Coco Ware. Dumps Reggie B down on the mat, and Scott Bowden grabs a hold of him. Now, you want some trouble. You're about to get a whole big handful of from behind. Reggie B. Fine.
Reggie B. Fine and Scott Bowden both jumping up and down on Coco Ware. Coco upset that Reggie had cost the team the match. Now Reggie swings at Coco. Coco ducks out of the way. Here's Scott Bowden putting the boots to him again as they continue to work on Coco. Beware.
Coco lost for Coco today, Dave.
Well, you know, Coco was having a serious discussion about it. He didn't hit Reggie. Reggie's the one that hit him. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Boy, Reggie is not having a good day.
Now, Scott Bowden's got to be wondering why he showed up at ringside, too. As are we.
And now Reggie finds out what it gets like to be tagged because Coco Beware just pounded him with a right hand, and I mean hammered him right down to the mat. Referee Kevin Christian comes in to get the ring cleared away here. So the official winners, Lawler and Christopher, over Coco and Reggie B. Fine by disqualification, and then another fight ensued. We're going to be back in just a moment.
Indeed, I am. There's not what Reggie B. Fine and Scott Bowden out here.
Hey, let me tell you something, Coco. I made you, boy. I took you out of Scottsville and put you with me today, and you made me look bad. Dave Brown, I don't give a damn what nobody says.
All right, you're not going. I told you you're not going to come out here and talk like that. Just take it right out of here.
Coco hits me. He hits Reggie. He hit everybody but his opponent.
Here comes Coco right here. That'll get rid of him. Thank you, Coco.
One thing, Dave. Hey, I'm not a hard person to find. I just got through talking to Eddie Marlin. So, Eddie, come on out here for right now for a minute. Now, Eddie Marlin, I know I know we don't see eye to eye. Right. And I tell you what, I know we had a lot of problems. What I'm saying right now, I know you got the power to change a match. And I want you to change the match because I want Reggie to be fired Monday night.
Change the match, Dave.
All right.
It's all right with me. Change the match.
Coco and Reggie B. Fine. Let's run down the complete card right here.
Hey, wait, baby.
You got it, Eddie.
Right there. Okay.
Here we go. Let's check Monday night. Anthony Michaels goes against the Hornet in the opening match. Tony Falk against Tony Williams. USWA Ladies Championship match. Debbie Combs will be going against Lady Satan.
And then it'll be the special match that came about today. Bert Prentice in there against the Colorado Kid. I hope it works out that way. And here's Scratch Don Bass and put Reggie B. Fine. That's where Eddie said that he was talking about change that one. And Coco Ware against Reggie B. Fine down there Monday night. Spellbinder and Jeff Gaylord will have a USWA World Tag Championship match with the Eliminators defending against Spike Huber and Wolfie D.
And then you got the King and Brian Christopher against Dream Machine Troy Gariam and Doug Gilbert in a Texas Tornado Death match. Big week coming up Monday night. We'll be back next week, too.
Yes, sir. Be right here. Looking forward to seeing you Monday night. I'll be there early, and I hope you will be, too. That Texas Tornado Death's going to have us there a while. Dave. For Corey Macklin, Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, mainly the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.